Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. I know some people are still trickling in, but for the sake of time, we'll go ahead and get going. I'm John Darden. I'm the owner of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, Blue Realty in Lubbock, Texas. Texas Tech Red Raiders. Guns up for everybody. There you go. There you go. How many? How many? Okay. Hey, I just want to say thank you, first of all. It's the last session. It's the last day. I know this is the hardest one to get to. So I am super grateful that you're here. I feel a little bit strange presenting on the topic of psychology after the session we just sat in, but I'll do my best. I promise not to waste your time, so hopefully there'll be one or two little tactical things that you can walk away with today that can help you immediately in your life and in your business. This is an interesting topic. The psychology of success, manifesting success. Do we own our way to becoming rich? Like, what the heck does that even mean? I want to start off by telling you that I am not a psychologist. I do have a psychology undergrad degree. There is a psychologist in the room, right there in the middle, our director of talent acquisition, Dr. Elliot Dennard, so she can fact check all of the things that I have to say today. So if anything is incorrect, sorry. Google it and figure out the correct thing later. The psychology of success. Really, this is an interesting topic. This is an interesting thing because when it comes to our mindset, like what it takes to become successful, usually you can sit down and have a conversation with somebody and you know pretty quickly, this person's got it. You know, like there's just something about that individual. There's a vibe. There's something that they put off that you just know, oh yeah, this person's got it. Or, I don't know. This may be a struggle for you. And we do this with our clients too, right? You're sitting at a listing consultation and you can just feel the vibe. Like, oh, this is going to work. This is going to be good. We can work together. Or, I don't know about this. But let's dive a little bit more into the psychology of success. And I want to present to you our two friends who are going to be helping us on the journey of understanding what the heck is going on in your brain that is either helping you become successful or keeping you from becoming successful. So, which one of you, or who's Mandy? Who's Mandy today? We got any Mandy the Mad Agents in here today? Good, everybody's Greg the Gleeful Agent. Class dismissed. Get the heck out of here. Let's hit the roulette table. These are our two friends who are going to help us understand hopefully a little bit more about what it takes to psychologically manifest success in our business and in our personal lives as well. So let's talk about Greg the Gleeful Agent first. Greg in 2021, I know that's hard to see in the back, so I'll just read it off to you. In 2021, Greg had his best year yet. Anybody have their best year yet in real estate last year? Hands up if you had your best year ever. Year before that. Awesome. So we are fresh off of success. Kudos to you all. In 2021, Greg paid off all of his debt. In 2021, Greg bought a rent property. He invested into the thing that he sells. In 2021, Greg employed a new lead generation source and it worked. Hallelujah. Greg hired a transaction coordinator in 2021. He grew his brand and his online footprint. He decreased his work hours and increased his sales and income. We all want that, right? We all want to work less and make more. And on a personal note, Greg began tracking his macros. Familiar with that? Everything he puts in his body. Yes, I started a macro coach about 3 weeks ago, and I am doing a terrible job. It's okay, though. In 2021, Greg also lost his father. Greg also dealt with the effects of long COVID. I know this next one's going to hit home for many people. Greg bought Zillow leads that didn't convert. Ouch. Greg sent one of his kiddos off to college. I know that's a hard thing for a lot of folks. Greg had clients fire him. This next one hurts. Greg had a close friend use another agent, and he saw it on Facebook. Screw that person. Greg lost out on a dozen multiple offer situations in this insane market, and Greg lost 3 listings to competitors. But look how happy Greg is. Look how gleeful this guy is. Oh, but Mandy. Bless Mandy. 2021, Mandy struggled to generate leads. Mandy rode the real estate roller coaster. That emotional, I'm rich, I'm poor. I'm the greatest agent effort. I suck at life. I can do this. What am I doing? Y'all know that roller coaster. In 2021, Mandy yelled at her kids a lot. In 2021, Mandy also did grow her brand. She grew her online footprint. She added 2 buyer's agents to her team. Mandy attended Fusion for the first time. Let's go. And you know what? Mandy bought Bitcoin because what the heck? But in 2021, Mandy also missed the majority of her son's athletic events. Mandy stopped doing open houses because in her mind, she thought they were dumb. Mandy made more money in 2021, but she worked significantly more hours. She ran herself ragged, which is the struggle of a growing real estate professional. Is you want to grow, we're in a brand of growth, right? Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate is not a brand of mediocrity. It is not a brand of low value. It is not a brand of survival. It is a brand of thriving, which is part of what draws us to Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. But an issue that often arises that makes us Mandy the mad agent is in order to make more money, we got to work harder and longer hours, which then in turn keeps us from our kids' sporting events and keeps us from taking care of ourselves mentally and physically and all the things we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. Mandy hired and fired 3 transaction coordinators. Mandy might not be easy to get along with. Mandy didn't attend a single event that wasn't business related. In other words, her entire 2021 was completely and totally consumed with making more money. Now, if that's your definition of success, that's great. That's fine. We all define success in our lives, but I have a feeling, psychologically, a vibe in the room, that just going for more money is not why we're at Fusion. That's not why we are here. That's not why we got into real estate. Yes, we are here for profitability. Yes, we are here to grow our bank account, but we also want to live a life that we enjoy. And in 2021, poor Mandy did not do that. Mandy stopped going to the gym. And unfortunately, as we know in the real estate industry, with realtors being the industry that has one of the highest rates of depression and anxiety, Mandy in 2021 was clinically diagnosed with depression. So what was the difference between Mandy, the mad agent, and Greg, the gleeful agent? Is one of them genetically predispositioned to be positive? Think on the bright side. Does Greg just smile his way through life and, oh, everything's fine, everything's great, I'm fine, this is fantastic? And is Mandy just genetically, in her DNA, set up to struggle? Does Greg just think his way to becoming successful? Manifesting, we'll talk about that word here in just a minute. Such a weird word that I think we take it out of context and use it in the wrong way. The whole idea of, I'm fine. I'm not sure that that's what manifesting is. Are we dealing with psychological nature versus nurture? Where you were born and we just know from the second you're born whether you are going to be a successful real estate professional because of the DNA and the codes that are built into your body, gifted you with the ability to sit in front of a ready, willing, and able buyer or seller and close them so that they sign a buyer rep agreement or a listing agreement with you, and you're just so freaking good at that? Or can we learn these skills? What are we dealing with here? What separates Mandy the mad agent from Greg the gleeful agent? What's the thing that makes Greg, though he lost his father in 2021, even though he made more money in 2021 and he worked less hours, what separates him from Mandy the mad agent? She also made more money than she ever has in her entire life, but She didn't have a life in 2021. She stopped taking care of her body. She stopped taking care of her mind. Clinically diagnosed with depression. What's the difference between these two, and what makes one psychologically more apt to become successful? So, what in the holy heck does it mean to manifest success? Truly, is it something that if we just think about it enough, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich, we become rich? Is it, I'm just going to be so positive that everything is going to be fine. I don't even have to work that hard. I'm just going to manifest it and it's just going to come to me. What the heck does it mean to manifest success? I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be rich. Dang it, I'm not rich yet. Why not? I'm manifesting world, universe, bring it to me. Ready, willing, and able buyers and sellers flock to John Darden. Here they come. They're not here. What does it mean to manifest success? I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to get in shape. You know what? I'm going to get in shape. Dang it, I'm not in shape yet. Why? I'm manifesting it. I'm thinking positively. I'm surrounding my mind with the thoughts of the things that I want. Well, what is it? Let's look at their days. A typical day for Greg, the Gleeful agent, and a typical day for Mandy, the Mad agent. Let's look at Greg. Typical day. 5:30 a.m., wake up, work out, read, and get ready. Greg starts his day off very early. I'm not saying you have to wake up early to be successful. This is just an example. He wakes up, he works out, he does a little reading, and he gets ready. And then, 7 a.m., he gets his kids up, he gets them ready. 7:45, takes them to school. 8 a.m., boom, lead gen and appointment setting like a machine. Over and over and over. 9:30 a.m., social media content creation and posting. 10:30, he meets with his team. Noon, he has lunch with a client. 1:30 p.m., he follows up with potential clients. 2:30, he's got an appointment. 4:30, he's got a listing consultation. 6 o'clock, his kiddo's got a basketball game. 7:30, after the game, dinner with the fam. 8:30, get the kids to bed. 9:15, trash TV with the wife. Got to have that. What's your favorite trash TV show? Somebody throw it out. I need a new one. Selling Sunsets, yeah. What else? I need a new one. Vanderpump Rules? Okay. Yellowstone. Yeah, everybody's on Yellowstone. I just finished The 100. If anybody's seen The 100. Mandalorian. Okay, I really, this is for me. That's not helpful for y'all. I need something else to watch, so thank you. Dexter. Somebody else was talking about Dexter the other day. This is good. Hey, look at this. Crowd participation. I like it. 10 p.m. schedules tomorrow. 10:15 p.m. hot shower and unwind time, and 10:45 bedtime. Now let's look at Mandy, the Mad agent. 6:45, wake up, alarm, snooze. Snooze again. Crap, got to get up and get the kids ready. So frantically run to the bedroom, yell at the kids, wake them up, hurry up, let's go. Get them ready. Quick shower, throw on some clothes, drink a cup of coffee, spill part of it on your dress, whatever. 7:45 a.m., throw kids in the car, hustle to school. 8 a.m., forget everything you needed. 8:15 a.m., distracted by TikTok. Just the endless scroll. 9:30 a.m., think about what she should do today. Now I want to pause on that one for just a minute, because I think I'm speaking into some of your souls right now. Ooh, I'm here. What do I do now? Now what? Are you feeling a little guilty right now? Okay, good. Class dismissed. Noon, go to lunch. 1:30 p.m., convince herself to work out. 1:35, skip workout. 1:45 p.m., call for sell by owners without a plan. Get cussed out. 2:30, post on social. 3:15, pick up kids and take to various activities. 5 p.m., talk to other moms at activities and have really good conversations and desperately try to remember to follow up with them. 7 p.m., yell at kids to shut up and eat. Husband is not helping at all. 10 p.m., all fall asleep. So, what's the difference? What made Mandy struggle in 2021 and made Greg so successful in 2021? You may think, based off of what I just discussed with you, it's scheduling. No. You might think it's time blocking. No. Maybe lead gen. No. Did one hope and think positively enough that they became successful? When agents in my office say things like, yeah, I hope I'm going to get that listing, what is my response? There's several of them sitting right here. What's my response to that? Huh? Don't let me down, y'all. No. When you say, I hope I get that listing,
you say, what are you going to do to go get it? You've already started the negative.
yes. Come on, y'all are letting me down, Better Homes, Gardens, Real Estate, Blue Realty. I say hope is not a strategy for success. Hope will not make you successful. Thinking positively will not make you successful. Hope is provided by other things in our life. Hope does not bring clients to you. Many of us are hoping to become successful, and that's where it ends. So how do we take the next step then? Do we wish our way to our dream life? Again, do we think positively enough about it and hope it enough that it happens? One thing separates these two agents. One thing only. It's not their ability to think positively. It isn't their genetic predisposition to happiness. Only one thing separates them. One is building the life of his dreams, and the other is struggling to survive. The psychology of success is about one thing. What do you think it is?
Personal care.
Okay.
Show up.
Show up, discipline, personal care. What else?
Confidence.
Confidence, actions,
Attitude.
attitude, trying. Yes. That'd be awesome. Y'all are all dancing around it.
Your actions must honor your intention.
Somebody post that on Instagram. That's good. Habits. The only thing separating Mandy the mad agent from our buddy Greg the gleeful agent is habits. Mandy's habits keep her from beginning her day well. And Greg's habits start his day off in the best position to succeed. Mandy's habits, though it may look like she doesn't have any, she does. She has just as many habits as Greg does. Mandy's habits keep her from having real estate conversations and setting appointments. Well, Greg's habits inevitably lead him to become successful. It is guaranteed, based off the habits that Greg has, that he is going to become successful. They both deal with junk in their lives. Both in 2021 had crap happen to them. To them. One's habits help them rise above it, while the other's habits gave them an excuse to sink down into them. You have habits. Every single person in this room has habits. Some lead to the life that you want, and some of your habits lead to the life that you have now. And for some of you, that's a great thing. This isn't a negative thing. For some of you, your habits are creating exactly what you want in your life, and kudos to you. But some of us in the room, our habits are the only thing standing in our way of success. That's it. It's not some fancy program that you got to spend $5,000 a month on. It's not this new lead gen source. Can those things help? Absolutely. But what are those things worth if your habits aren't any good? You might just be bleeding money away for a while. Manifesting success is about repeatedly doing the things. And several of you said actions. You're spot on. Manifesting success is about doing the actions that lead to the life that you want. not just thinking positively about it or being hopeful that it is going to happen. Hope is great. Being positive is fantastic. But those two things alone, without big, massive, consistent action, are absolutely meaningless in your success. So I ask you, what are your morning habits? We're going to get tactical here for a bit. What do your mornings look like? Are you setting yourself up for success, or are you setting yourself up for mediocrity? This is what I call empty cup syndrome. True or false? The life of a busy real estate professional is exhausting. I say true. We have a challenging profession. You all are superstars. You are incredible human beings because all day long you are pouring your life into other people. You have dedicated your lives to helping somebody fulfill a dream. Helping a family buy a home where they're going to bring their newborn daughter into. Or selling a home for a brother and a sister whose parents just passed away and they grew up in that home. And so you get to step in and you get to wrap yourself up in that family and in those memories and in those stories. And you get to help take that home and nurture it to a new family who's going to make new memories. And that's mentally, physically exhausting. Going on a showing spree of 15 homes is exhausting. That's a lot of small talk. I hate small talk. What you all do truly is incredible, but it wears you out. And so many of us start our day just like this. Your cup is completely empty. And somehow you are supposed to take that empty cup and pour it into other people all day long. Pour it into lead gen efforts when you're mentally exhausted. Pour it into showings and setting appointments when you don't want to do a thing. You got to love and care for your family, but you're worn out because your cup is completely and utterly empty. And we wonder why we struggle to make it through the day. And we have those repeated thoughts of, is this really the career for me? Can I really become successful enough to make it on stage as a top producing agent at Fusion? There's no way I could do that. Well, if you're like this, you're right. There's not. So then how do we fill that cup up? Mornings, and I'm getting tactical here. When you wake up, you want to manifest success in your life? Start your morning off in power and positivity. This is where positivity comes in. Power. Not crud. We got to go, kids. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But starting your day off in control. Let's look at Greg. Greg wakes up 2 to 3 hours before his work day begins. I know that stinks for some people. Okay, fine. Push your work day back. You got into real estate so you can have control. You don't have to start your work day at 8 a.m. if you don't want to. You want to push it back? Great. You want to start it earlier? Fantastic. But wake up earlier than you need to. Habitually do things that fill your cup and set you up for success. Begin your day by doing things for you and no one else. Let me say that again. Humans, start with you. With you. Start your day doing things that fill your cup up, because all day long you will be emptying your cup into other people. And if you're starting like this, you're done before the day even begins. So what does that look like? Well, for some people that means working out. That's not me. I can't do that. But for some people, that's how they start their day off. It empowers them. For some people, it's meditation. Some people like to send emails and texts because it puts them in a position of, I'm getting things done. That empowers me. That makes me feel good and accomplished. So now I can go on to other things because I'm building some momentum. Maybe it's listening to a podcast or reading or journaling or stretching or yoga or playing with the dogs. I don't care. What are the things for you that can take your empty cup and fill it up? Knowing that you're going to have a hard conversation with an appraiser at 9:30 a.m. and you're desperately going to try to send comps and you know the guy's not going to listen to you because he's an appraiser. No offense to appraisers in the room, if there's any appraisers. But if your cup is full, that conversation is not so hard. If your cup is empty, that conversation's devastating and could ruin you for the rest of the day. And for some people, can ruin them for a week. If we start our days off properly, that's the first step to manifesting success in our life. And that's about creating habits that serve your mental and physical health. But then, and this is what the full cup looks like. But what about your real estate habits? Because yes, Greg starts his day off well. He has really, really great habits in the morning. Mandy has very poor habits in the morning. But what about your real estate habits? Are the things that you're consistently doing, the actions you're taking on a daily basis, are they manifesting the life that you deserve to live? Deserve. Yes, deserve. Because every single person in this room deserves to have the exact life that they want. And I will plant my flag on that hill and die on it all day long. Every single person in this room completely deserves the life that you dream of. But some people in this room have habits that just lead to surviving life. We are so fortunate. And it's very raw, and we talked about it, or y'all talked about in the session, what's happening in Ukraine. There's so many things happening that we are outside of. We, in the midst of all that, can still go get the life we want. But our business habits are keeping so many of us from going and getting the life that we deserve to have. And you're settling just to survive. Just to pay the bills, for a life that's just good enough. So let's look at Greg, our gleeful buddy, and his real estate habits. What are some power habits in real estate? The two most important things in real estate. The two most important things you ever do in real estate are having real estate conversations, setting appointments. That's it. Boil real estate down. Just simplify the entire business for you. Talk to people about real estate and then set and go on appointments. That's real estate 101. Everything you do should point to those two things. Whether you are working on your branding and attracting ready, willing, able buyers and sellers through your branding, your social media, whether you are in an effective lead strategy time block in your day, everything you do is to talk to people about real estate or to create the opportunity to have a real estate conversation and set an appointment. So, what habits then do you have in your real estate business that manifest success? I'm going to find a ready, willing, able buyer and seller. I'm going to find a ready, willing, able buyer and seller. No. What actions, consistent actions that are habits that your brain doesn't even have to think about? You don't even have to, when I talk about this, there's always a little panic attack in the room because you start thinking about it, you start freaking out. But we'll do it anyway because it'll be fun. You're not thinking about breathing. Now you are. But your body just does it. You breathe. Now you're thinking about it though, and sometimes that causes me some anxiety. Or blinking your eyes. There's certain things that you just do. What if you could put yourself in a position where your business was so consistent because your habits were so consistent, you didn't have to think about what I'm supposed to do today. You just habitually know. And I'm going to do the actions and do the things that it takes to build the life that I want. I've done it so often, so consistently, that I don't even have to think about it. In fact, I feel really weird when I don't do it. Like if you don't breathe, you pass out. Everybody's breathing, right? Let's keep going. What's your specific plan to become successful? And are you executing on your plan every single day? I think, when we talk about psychology and feelings, and I have a psychologist that I meet with on a weekly basis for like the last 3 years. It is not Elliot. She is my friend, therefore she can't. But a lot of what we do is discussion of execution on daily plans, whether I'm feeling like it or not. And I think if we want to take a quick psychological turn here, potentially so, correct me if I'm wrong, Elliot. If you only work when you feel like it, you will rarely work. If you only generate leads when you feel like it, rarely will you generate leads, which means rarely will you have real estate conversations, which means rarely will you go on appointments, which means rarely will you sell a home. That's where habits come in. Whether you feel like it or not, if it's a habit, you're gonna do it. If it's a habit to every single day from 9 to 10:15, I have time blocked sphere conversations and then social media branding time. And you do it for however long, whichever psychologist tells you got to do it for it to become a habit. You do it long enough that it's just ingrained in who you are. Inevitably, you will become successful. Inevitably, those sphere conversations will turn into appointments. Inevitably, those sphere conversations that turned into appointments will turn into closings. And then all of a sudden, you build a little bit of momentum and you've manifested on the success that you want. So let me give you some examples. Like what? What are some habits, some real estate habits to create? Reaching out to sphere with valuable content, or just to say, hey, sprinkled into your day and time blocked. Habitually asking for referrals. Habits and lead gen efforts. Social content and branding that sets you up as the expert in your market. These are all habits that we create. Following up with old leads or previously met clients. Setting up showings and listing consultations, and time blocking these things into your day. Greg woke up and knew what he was going to do. Mandy woke up 9:30, said, I don't know what I'm going to do today. If you just did these things right here consistently, you will become successful in real estate. But what about Mandy? What weak habits does she have in real estate? Well, she doesn't have a schedule. She has no clear plan in lead generation. None. Or she's not consistent with it. Maybe she'll try this for a little bit and say, that didn't work. But she didn't give it enough time to see if that's something that's actually going to consistently work. Oh, John, I did some business pop buys. Cool, how many times? Twice. Well, I'm geo-farming. That's great. How often are you reaching out to the folks that live in this particular neighborhood? Well, I did it for 3 months. Awesome, what'd you do? I sent 1 postcard. That's hoping. You see the difference? I sent a postcard hoping somebody was going to reach back out to me. I was consistent in my geo farm, and I had a specific plan of attack, and I executed on that plan every single week. Mandy, her poor habit with her sphere of influence is all she ever does is ask them for business. Hey, you need to buy or sell a home. Hey, you need to buy or sell a home. Hey, you need to buy or sell a home. Hey, you need to buy or sell a home. Hey, you need to buy or sell a home. Hey, you need to buy or sell a home. Blech. I don't want a friend like that. That's a poor habit with your sphere. What if instead you created a habit of being valuable and offering things to your sphere? That's a whole other side conversation we don't have time to get into. Hit me up. We'll talk about it later. Waking up and wondering what the heck you're going to do instead of having a specific plan of attack. I really think that this is probably the thing that separates those who have very effective businesses and sell a lot of real estate versus those who sell real estate every now and then. that ride that roller coaster. Maybe you have a really big month and then you go a while with having nothing. Is just the simple fact that you don't have a plan. You wake up and you wonder, what am I going to do today? Like maybe you show up to the office, great, cool. What is that worth if you don't know what you're going to do? And you don't know the specific things because they are habitual, because you've done them consistently enough that you don't even have to think about it. This is how we manifest success, or the worst, not doing anything at all. Unfortunately, most realtors fall into the category of having weak habits. We just do. You hear this all the time, like realtors are typically more artist than operator. For the most part, free spirit, set me free. That's great when you have a lot of money and you're selling a lot of homes. But there's not too many agents that are highly successful, whether they're artists or operators, I don't care, that can't force themselves for a time to create the habits that lead to success. Artist or not. Listen, I'm an artist. I hate schedules. I hate routine. I want to spread my wings and fly. But, and this is a business conversation right now. I like to have commas in my bank account so that I can go and fly wherever the heck I want to fly to. Does that make sense? There we go. There we go. The only way to get there is through having correct habits. Correct habits. Mandy has habits. These are her habits. They're nothing. They're chaos. They're scattered. There's nothing effective. There's nothing consistent about what she does in the business. Consistent habits get you where you want to go, or get you where you are. Having no habits is a habit. Okay, I've got to speed up here. Agents act as though they have arrived. I'm going to slow down on this one. So let me pause, because we need to hear this. Agents act as though they have arrived, and they're fielding 10 referrals a day from ready, willing, and able buyers and sellers. We act like we wake up and it's like, hey, I'm a realtor. Come to me, people. And they just do. Because you have no action. You pretend as though this thing right here is just constantly blowing up with ready, willing, and able buyers and sellers who are approved, or they're ready to put their home on the market in the next 30 days, and you don't have to do a dang thing. There are very few people that have built a consistent enough business to actually run their business that way, where you just wake up and you do get to see what comes to you and what happens. For, I would say, at least 90% of the room, statistically speaking, that's just not how business is. You have to be consistent and go get it, or do the things that attract that to you. Your lack of strong business habits is manifesting a struggling life. If your business is a roller coaster, if it's not where you want it to be, if it's not consistent, it ain't because you're not thinking positively. And again, I'm a positive thinker. I choose positive when I wake up, positivity. But that doesn't get me where I want to go. A lack of habits that lead to success is what keeps you from going where you want to go. My psychologist and I, we have a different name for this bucket. So we'll call it the ish bucket for today. Because I signed a thing that said I won't cuss. We all have an ish bucket. And your ish is full of ish from all the ish in your life. Whether that's relationships that just wear you out, whether that is clients that wear you out, the stress and anxiety of life, all of the things that we deal with on a daily basis fill our ish bucket. And our poor habits fill our ish bucket, which fuels anxiety, which fuels stress, which fuels a lack of confidence, which fuels insecurity. And down the spiral we go. I think a lot of times realtors, instead of having a full cup of good habits, they have a full bucket of ish from bad habits. And we all have ish. We all have an ish bucket. And unfortunately, our days, a lot of times we just take our ish bucket and throw it all over the place. Sorry, it's a little grotesque. But I really like profound images. What do you have? You have a full cup? You have a full ish bucket. If you have a full cup, it's because you have good habits that lead to success and power and positivity in your life. If you have a full ish bucket, then you have habits that lead to the struggle of life. Manifesting the correct habits allows us to grow our business and still have a life. Ultimately, we want to serve our communities. We want to help people buy homes. We want to help people fulfill the dream. And we want to make a lot of money doing it. And we want to still have a life to spend that money on. Right? You get in the business because you want to help people, because you love people, because you care for people. And you get in the business because you want freedom. And you get in the business because you want to make a lot of money. Good habits allows you to do all of those things and still have the time to do what you want. Manifesting the correct habits also allows us to handle the bad days with grace and love. And I think this is a big one. And one that as real estate professionals, you can see pretty clearly and pretty quickly what type of habits a person has based on how they react to the situations that are thrown at them on a daily basis in real estate. Pure freak out happens over something that is pretty easily solvable. Maybe a full ish bucket. And what fills the ish bucket? Poor habits. Whereas an agent that has good habits both in their personal life and in their business life, when something goes down negative, it doesn't really affect them all that much. Because emotionally, psychologically, they've manifested the type of life that they want where they can handle all of the situations that get thrown at them. You've heard this from every salesperson, trainer, coach, teacher ever before, that when you squeeze a lemon, you don't get grape juice. When you're squeezed, you get what's inside of you. And so in real estate, we get squeezed on a daily basis. And we find out what your habits really look like based off of what comes out when you get squeezed. Full cup or a full-ish bucket. Manifesting the correct habits allows us to create the life we want and not just hope for it. I want to break this down very quickly and we're done. The 3 categories of habits that I believe it's important for us to focus on as real estate professionals. We'll break each category down and I want to give you some suggestions of some things to do to manifest the life you want based off of these habits. The first is your mental health, filling your mind cup so that you can pour into others. Your physical health, filling your wellness cup so that you can live long and handle each day. And then your real estate health, filling your business and bank cups so that you can help people and live life on your terms. So let's talk about the mental health things. I just want to break this down very, very quickly. And this is a very simplified version of this. Again, I am not a psychologist. Go find one to help you with some of these things. I am a big believer in having a professional help if that's something that can benefit you. So I believe that starting your day with the correct morning routine might be the most important thing you do. Or it might be the thing you're lacking the most in your life. Most people are waking up and their day is just react mode as soon as their feet hit the ground. If that's what you're doing, it will be very, very challenging to manifest the success that you want in your life because your habits are saying, boom, feet hit the ground, react mode. And now I'm just reacting to what happens to me instead of taking the day head on and saying, no, this is what I'm going to do. So beginning your day in power and positivity. We talked about some tactical things to do there already. Then let's bounce to the end and we'll come back to the middle. I think a powerful nightly routine as well is something that many people are lacking. And really a night routine, it has 2 purposes. and that is to reflect on the day and to get ready for tomorrow. Schedule tomorrow, plan tomorrow, reflect on what did I do well today? What am I grateful for that happened today? And let me time out here and say, I told you all in the beginning, I want everybody walk out of here with one or two nuggets of tactical things that you can do. There's a lot being thrown out at you. If there's one or two things that you're like, yes, John, I need to implement that thing in my life, then just take that thing and you can forget about everything else. But we'll upload this to YouTube later, right, Bailey? If you want to watch it again. And then in between your night routine and your morning routine, I do think it's important to find some time to do things just for you still. And whatever that looks like, and that's different for everybody. That could be as simple as just getting in your car and driving around for a little bit and listening to a song that you like, that gets you powered up and refuels you. I mean, music is a powerful psychological tool. You listen to a sad song, you get real sad. Now you want to listen to too much, country. Adele or something. Oh, I can't do country. You put country music on and I'm manifesting some very negative things in my life. But what are you doing during the day mentally to keep you going? Physical health. I'll break this up into three categories: your nutrition, your exercise, and your sleep. What are you putting in your body? What are the things you're consistently putting in your body? Are we literally poisoning ourselves, which makes it challenging during the day to go on that showing spree of 15 homes, or you're going to a listing consultation where you're competing with another brokerage that discounts their commission, and you ate a really nasty lunch, and you ain't feeling good during that listing consultation. Like, these kinds of things affect your business. They have a profound effect, and these are habits. I said I just hired a macro coach. I tried my best to take care of myself, and what I have learned in the last few weeks with her already is my eating habits are pathetic. I thought they were good, but I'm tired during the day. I find myself having to pound a Red Bull to get on to the next thing, which is saying I'm getting squeezed. What I'm putting in my body habitually is not manifesting the success that I want in my life. So what are we eating? How about our exercise? Are you taking care of your body physically? Again, that marathon showing, if physically you're not in good shape, is a lot harder than that marathon showing if you are consistently, habitually taking care of your body physically. And then sleep, like one of the most basic things of humanity that when we're in Vegas, we don't do very much. That's okay, the weekend's coming. It's time to refuel our bodies with sleep. I think one of the most powerful things that we can do habitually is set a bedtime. All right, let's go straight back to being 6 years old, y'all. Set a bedtime. And when it's time, boom, disconnect. Go to bed. Get some sleep so you're energized, so that when that early wake up happens the next morning and you begin that morning routine, it's not so miserable. You feel good because you're taking care of your body. And then your real estate business health. 3 things. Number 1, if you can start to time block. If you can create the habit of time blocking the things that matter the most. Pop quiz, what are the 2 most important parts of real estate? Real estate conversations and appointments. Those are the 2 things that matter. So if you can time block activities that force you to have real estate conversations, that then force you to set appointments, you are creating habits that manifest the success that you want. Lead gen and attraction. Do you have a plan of attack to find ready, willing, and able clients? And what is that plan? And are you executing on that plan every single day? Do you know where your next paycheck is coming from? Do you know where your next buyer is coming from? Do you know where your next seller is coming from? And do you have consistent actions and habits that go find those people? Or are you Mandy the Mad Agent waking up saying, I know I got to find one, but I don't know how I'm going to do it? That's a habit. You have put yourself in a position habitually to not know how you're going to find that client. And then again, appointments, getting face-to-face with customers and clients on a daily basis. So very quickly, take the habits assessment, 1 to 10. How are your mental habits? 1 are, oh my gosh, how am I still alive? 10, I'm a freaking rock star, let's go. Mentally, where are we at? What's that? When we get home, yes. I know we're fired up at the conference, right? We're fired up at Fusion, but the real life happens when our feet hit the ground when we get home. Your physical health, 1 to 10. How are we doing? Your business real estate habits. Again, you are where you are now because of the habits that you have. If they are excellent habits in business, then you're thriving in real estate. If they are poor habits mentally, then you're probably struggling mentally. If they are excellent habits physically, then you probably are in pretty dang good shape and can handle whatever is thrown at you. So the question for you is, what are some tactical steps that you can take today that are repeatable? Repeatable. Now, for a lot of folks, if you never work out, it's not repeatable to immediately tomorrow go start a 2-hour-a-day workout routine in the gym. It's not repeatable. It's not going to happen. So what are some repeatable steps and actions and habits that you can begin to create that help you in your mental health, your mental wellness, your physical wellness, and your real estate wellness? Hopefully 1 or 2 things stands out for you that you know, okay, in order to manifest the life I want, I need to take these actions on a daily basis. Because the psychology of success is not all that complicated. It's not. It's habits. It's the actions you take on a daily basis or don't take. And I think that should be incredibly empowering for every single person in this room right now. Because there's no one in charge of your success or lack thereof besides you. You are in complete control. No one is standing in your way. Nothing is holding you back. You have the power to create the life that you want. So go and create it. Create the life that you desire by creating the habits that get you the life you deserve and the life that you dream of having. Thank you all very much.